How to make a 2D game in Unity. By the end of part 1 of this series, you will be able to make a full character controller that can move left and right, rotate to move direction, jump and dash, just like you see in the screen right now. So welcome to episode 0 of this series. In this episode I will just cover the basics of Unity editor, and in the next episode I will cover movement. Here I created a new Unity project. I choose 2D, but you always can switch here from 2D view to 3D view. So let's start with the scene view. So this is the scene view. If you add anything to the game, you will see it here. For example, let's go press right click here and choose 2D object, choose sprite and then square. So as you can see, we have now a 2D square pop up in the screen. So this is the scene view, and this is what your camera is be able to see. So if I go to game view, as you can see, I have the cube that we just created. Let's drag the game view here, and if I move something in the scene view, it moves in the game view too. From the left we have the hierarchy. So anything is in our game or in our scene, it will show right here. For example, we have this square, you can see it in the hierarchy. If you click on it, you can drag it, scale it. If you press W, you can move it too. If you press E, you can rotate it. If you press R, you can scale it, or you can just choose them from here. Here I have the main camera. If I move it, you can see my game view change, because this is what the camera see, this square right here. From the right I have the inspector. The inspector is just shows you the properties of anything you have in your game. For example, if I click in the square that I create, I can see all the properties of the square. We have the transform. The transform is just the position and the rotation and the scale of an object. So if I move an object here, you can see its position is changing in the Y and the X axis. And if I scale it, press R, and its scale is changing too in the inspector. Here we have the sprite renderer. If I click in the color, I can change the color of the sprite to make it blue. And we have the add component tab. In this tab we will use it to add anything to the object. Let's add the box collider to this object. We type in box collider and we choose 2D because we create a 2D object. We click on it, and now our object can collide with other things. To add physics to your object, just go here in the add component and let's add Rigidbody 2D. So this will add physics to our component. Let's scale it down to see it in the game. Let's drag it up. Now when we play the game, we see that our object goes down because of the gravity. Let's create another 2D object, square, and let's call it ground. Scale it and drag it down. And let's add a box collider to this ground so it can collide with the world. Box collider 2D. Now our object should collide with this ground. So let's click shift and space to maximize the view, and let's play. As you can see, our object goes down and collide with the ground. Press Shift and Space to exit. So that was the inspector, and down here we have our project. So this is a container of all the files that you have in your game. For example, I can right click here and go create, and I create a folder and call it scripts. Enter the folder, right click once more, create, and let's create C# script. Let's call it square. So inside the script you will write all the logic for your game object. If this script will handle the logics of this square, just drag it in the inspector when you are clicking in the square, and the square will have now the script. Of course this script is empty, I will not cover it in this episode, but in the next episode I will cover how to make a script for your game object. Down here you have the console. It will show you any errors happen to your game or any debugs. It's something more advanced, so you will learn it when you start working with Unity more. To save your project you can click on Ctrl+S, or you can go here and save. So this is the end of this episode. In the next episode we will start the real work. This was just the basic, showing you the editor to follow me, and thank you for watching. See you next time.